Mr. Chairman, members of the board, appreciate this opportunity. I'm Joe Lucas, representing my father, Daniel Lucas, from the Locust Grove community. Just a few things I want to bring out. When you talk about the wind turbines, I think there's something that needs to be understood in the commercial side of it. I'm sure the gentleman from JMU can probably back me up on this if he will. They're one of the most least efficient designs on the market today. On a good day, a perfect day, you get 45% efficiency from them. They are being abandoned because they're not practical. They're expensive, they're high maintenance, and they're not, what they're cracked up to be, but they're trying to get rid of them before people catch on to the technology. That's the basic idea. I mean, they need to get rid of them. I have connections with General Electric. They've quit production of them. They have no more orders for them. They're trying to redesign them, get them more efficient, get them more practical, and get them less expensive. I am all about wind energy and renewable energy. It's what this country needs. It's what America needs. It's what Floyd County needs. It's what every county needs. I'm not sure commercialization of it is where it's at. I think the solution to the whole energy problem is on an individual basis. This country needs to get a system. I've heard several people talk about they wanted a small wind turbine on their farm or on their land. You should be entitled to do that. That's where the energy savings in America will come from. Each individual with their own system contributing to their usage of energy and reducing the usage of their energy. I'm pleased to say that my father, who I'm representing tonight, has worked diligently for 9 years to achieve a patent on just such a system. But due to the greed and corruption in corporate America, you're faced with a lot of obstacles along the way. We've worked diligently with that. We're in negotiations with the company now, trying to get our ideal off the table and in production. And it is what the American people, not just the people of Floyd County, but it's what the American people are asking for. Something that will save energy costs on an individual basis. And we're with that. And I think Floyd County is blessed in its beauty. And as big an advocate as I am for wind energy, I'm not for the big commercial wind turbines. I don't think the practicality is there. And there are things involved with them. You can go to Texas and find fields full of them laying abandoned. If they were so beneficial, they wouldn't be abandoned and discontinued. One statistic I'm going to share with you before I go is that any wind farm that has been set up, when the subsidies that ran out after it was set up from the government has defaulted, none of them are self-sufficient. And I don't know how these people can come in here and claim they can generate all this energy, because if you'll do a little research and get you a wind map, as I have done, because I've worked on this process for many years, you and this area in Southwest Virginia is in what they call a bad wind location. We're just not in the elements and the currents that we need to get a consistent flow and a high rate of speed. There may be people in this room that has information that can contradict that. And if so, then I've misrepresented myself and the information that I've been given. But to my knowledge, this is where we're at with that. I am all in favor of wind energy, but I think you seriously need to consider before you commit to anything in the wind energy side of it, is to get whoever is involved with this, is to bring you proven facts and a track record of what their record is, because I think you'll be surprised unless they falsify some documents. They're not going to have the information that you're going to be impressed with. Thank you, gentlemen.
Rusty Bamberger, Indian Valley. And actually the project would be on my front yard. I'm a property owner there, my home is there. I also work for Virginia OSHA, represent this area. Monthly, we put out new tabulated data on the health effects and issues around wind turbines to local people that are exposed to it on a daily basis. 85 decibels, and I've heard a lot of people talk about noise, is an action level for us. 90 decibels, we don't allow people to work in that, but yet with this wind turbine we would want not just ourselves, our children, our grandchildren to be exposed to that daily. I can't sign off on that. That's one reason I live here and continue to live here, and I think we all do. And this information is from their tabulated data, not ours. This is saying so many feet away you get this many decibels. It's never within the allowable range that we're going to allow people to work in, but we want our children to play in our yard and myself to sit on the porch and exceed the noise levels of a time-weighted average we use to protect our employees and our community each and every day at their place of work. Also, I heard a lot of people talk about concern on the safety of it. Right now, it's in the top 3. That's in the construction and maintenance on the wind turbine as far as high hazard. So you bring that in this area, the construction, I hate to say, you're going to have accidents, you're going to have fatalities, you're going to see me. The maintenance, top 3 every year, just on wind turbine to keep it up. High levels, falls, usually are bad. I don't think that's the answer that we want as a community in our county to bring that type of job to this area. Big concern for me is water. I've heard a lot of that, and a lot of neighbors in the same area that I know. Once we lose our water or disturb our water or allow somebody to blast or whatever excuse they want to give you to destroy our ground, when we're out of water, we're out of people. So you talk about tax dollars, and it affects everything. The big concern I had from the beginning is, what are we really buying? I mean, they're talking about coming right behind the back of my house and guaranteeing nothing. You know, you get so much if you get here, you get so much if you get here. But they're not willing to sign and say, you're going to get this here, you're going to get that there. So you're going to sign into this model, and they're promising each individual nothing concrete. It's like going to a Cadillac dealer and driving away with a Honda. I don't understand that concept. It's a computer model. I know the way I live and the way our neighbors live. I don't want to wear hearing protection on my front porch. Or I like to hunt. I like to walk in the woods. But if you're going to tell me I've got to go and it's going to be 110, 120 decibels where I enjoy being, you've removed me from the equation. If that is the objective, then by all means sign off on this wind project. I'm not sure that this ordinance is the way to go, but it's the best we have today. So I would have liked to seen it go in a different direction from the beginning and say, let's say who doesn't want it. I don't want it on my property along with several neighbors. So I would vote for the ordinance to take care of this problem. That's the best we have. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. My name is Joel Venditti. I live on Ridgeview Road, 1326. I am right below, where this is going to be happening, and I ask you to please not let this happen, because it is a full-scale industrial wind farm that will be behind my house, 26 windmills, 500 feet tall. You'd never hear the end of it, and like someone pointed out, the spine of that ridge is narrow, so they will have to bulldoze and blast. They'll have to widen low gap road or God knows what to get up there and do it. It'll take how many years? 4 years to even get the thing built. The quality of our life will be ruined. And I have my life savings, into my property, like all my other neighbors do. A creek forms on my property and goes into Beaver Creek. It's the creation of a watershed is right there, on our property. I've also heard the companies from Germany. All right, so all the profits will be going over there. The electricity is not going to stay in Floyd. None of our rates are going to go down. And you hear people that they're for it, but I haven't heard too many that live where I live that are for it. So I am saying, not in my backyard. I think it would be a huge thing. So I do ask, though, that you raise that limit to maybe 100 feet so that people can build their silos and things that are practical and have small wind mills, for personal use that goes to their property. That would be a way to go. Another way to regulate it would be to look at a buffer zone based on wattage and output. How many megawatts, the bigger the thing has to be, the farther away it should be from people and landowners who have to live by that. Our quality of life, I think of my 6-year-old daughter and how I also want to leave, our land or part of our land, or have, her have that, that'll be shot, So maybe a way to look at it would be how big is this thing, how the wattage, the output, and then create a buffer zone, accordingly. The bigger it is, the farther away it has to be from people and landowners. I understand Chateau Morissette, Mr. Morissette wants to put something up there. Maybe make the same thing apply. If you're talking about a full-scale, huge industrial thing, 23, 26 of those, 500 feet tall, that's going to mar the whole place. So I don't know if Floyd County is the place, or if someone has a high enough ridge for this to work on, but they're a few miles away from people's houses and they build a private road in there, that's a whole other thing, and if it's all encompassed in their property. But this isn't. This affects everybody in the whole area, especially us on Ridgeview Road. We're right there. I think the noise, the lights that they would have to have on it would be flashing. There'd be huge towers. It would. I think my life would be a nightmare with that thing going on. So that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Lynn Gregory from the Courthouse District, and I want to thank you for having this hearing. I kind of want to echo what Billy Weissenfeld said. I haven't made a decision. I don't think we have enough research. It's very complex. I don't know that Floyd County is the place for a windmill, but I don't know that it's not. I grew up in a very rural area. I'm not from Floyd, but I grew up in a town smaller than Floyd, and our area is full of farmers. They beat the Navy in keeping a bombing range out because the research was there to show the farmers were going to lose out, the environment was going to lose out, but the research was there, the research was done, and I don't know that we've had enough research. I like the idea, and they had to put ordinances in place, but the ordinances were specific, they were measurable, and they were obtainable. And I think the ordinance as it's written right now is not. But I am for ordinances that's well thought out and can be enforceable and is not ambiguous as it's now written. Thank you.